I am Sarah.
And I'm Chantele, and we're here to follow up on their astrology and tarot predictions from season 46 of Survivor.
Oh my God, we had a whole season. We watched it. We loved it. And we can look back over our preseason predictions and have some laughs together. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Yay! And
Yay!
also, we have to introduce our astrology queen. Kendra's back.
Kendra!
Hey!
Yay!
Sarah, I just have to say that intro song that lives in my brain. It's free. Every time I hear it, I'm like, da 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 da. It's so good. I love it so much.
Dun, 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 dun.
Really get the party started.
Right? It gets you all ready. Well, Kendra, I haven't checked in with either of you, honestly, all season long. So give me just some big picture thoughts. Like, how do you feel about this season, Kendra?
Oh my gosh, this season. Well, I just remember during our predictions just being like, there are so many Pisces energy in this, so much Pisces energy in the season. I was feeling hot mess energy and it delivered during, after. I love it. I had so much fun watching this season. And I think I said this, it's the first season I watched from the first episode since maybe season 1 or 2. So it was my first live season in a really long time, besides my own. And so I just had so much fun with this cast, and wow, 46 really delivered for us.
It did. Chantele, you got to talk about it during the season, but
yeah, a little bit. I definitely feel like it was really a fun season. I loved all the characters interacting, but I remember thinking that there's a lot of dissension that's in these combinations of people, and seemingly with how things have played out after the fact, people didn't get along, we'll say, as well as the previous season, your season, Kendra. So I think it'll be really fun to look back at some of our predictions, because I don't fully remember everything that we said, but it will be nice to kind of link what we said or what we thought, and then maybe understand a better interpretation of the cards that we pulled, or just have a little bit more understanding as to why we thought certain things about certain relationships and dynamics. So it was really fun, and I'm actually really looking forward to this, because I love seeing how the energies link up to the energies in the cards. So
right. I quickly forget what we say, and I periodically will check back in on the video, but it is interesting, especially when we're trying to fit it all together, and it could be this, it could be that. Sometimes we were spot on, and sometimes we were spot all the way not on. So that was pretty funny. I think it was Banu that we were jury for sure. And I was like, oops, nope, not for sure.
Well, okay, yeah, but yeah, I definitely can understand why we think he would be. We just didn't know he was going to be as Banu as he was. His archetype should be able to get to jury. So I can understand why we thought that. But
well, he had such strong cards, so we interpret that as he's going to be there for a while, but he didn't have to be there for a while to make such an impact.
Right.
He was still such a strong character.
Did he have King of Swords or Knight of Swords? I'm wondering. I need to see these cards again. I don't remember.
I know. I'm really interested in seeing Banu's cards and Liz Wilcox's cards.
Yeah, we definitely were like, whoa, this Liz girl. Banu had the Devil, 3 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles.
Okay, those are actually decent cards. But the Devil should have maybe been our maybe hint that he wouldn't go as far as we thought. But we were kind of taking it in terms of anytime else we've seen the Devil, they've at least made it to a significant landmark in the game. And so now we have to maybe look at that card a little bit differently, interpreting Survivor.
Yeah, it's hard what we're trying to do to say how far they'll make it. Are they a winner? you know, we can see how the cards make sense, but putting them into a game scenario is difficult.
Maybe Queen of Pentacles is winning 1 million hearts.
Exactly.
For the future.
Maybe. That's
Liz had the High Priestess,
okay.
8 of Wands, and the
Okay.
Hermit.
Okay.
I mean, I laugh at the Hermit now because we had so many scenes of her just like laying while everyone else was running around like, looking for an idol.
I don't have energy for this shit. Like, I'm gonna sit back. And it worked out for her. Everyone else who had an idol, I'm really interested to talk about the people who've gone out with the idols, but also we're gonna get into final 3. But it's like people with idols in the pocket. Was there any inclination
or similarities in their cards
or anything like that? It's just wow, Liz, good call to be in your hermit life, just taking a nap.
And like maybe the 8 of Wands is like the outburst she had. Maybe
I'm pissed. Absolutely. Or the stabbing herself in the eye with the.
Well, let's start with the tribes as a whole, because when we originally did this video, we did the cast per tribe. And so we got a sense of like, wow, these were all really good cards, or whoa, these are like wild cards. We also just felt like Yanu's astrological makeup just did not mix. And so we came away from the video with a pretty clear idea of like who was not going to go to tribal and who was going to go to tribal. And I thought it was really interesting because when I watched the premiere, or maybe it was like episode 1 or 2, people were like, oh, this Yanu. And I realized people online had a different prediction than us. And I didn't. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize that. And I was like, wait, I thought we all knew Yanu was a hot mess. No?
Oh, did the internet think Yanu was like
strong? Gonna be strong.
They thought Nami from the photo looked like a hot mess, right? So let me I have to play this for everyone. Hold on. Collectively, these are strong cards for a tribe. I feel like this tribe is not going to tribal every episode.
No,
right?
This doesn't have that yellow tribe from last season energy.
It's not Lulu.
Yeah,
not a Lulu vibe. So do you think that this tribe could be the tribe that goes often to tribal council?
Yes.
Nailed it,
right?
Wow, I didn't realize like the internet had that perception of Nami, because it was just so clear, even like looking just like at them astrologically, looking at their cards that we pulled for them. I was just like, well, duh. So
right.
But they were just looking at their profiles. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I get a little
this
deeper.
Is why we have to talk about this, you guys. We called it. When I found that out, I was like, what? Oh my God. Then I was like, look at us. Yeah. Proof in the pudding. Well, I definitely want to talk about the final 3. There were plenty of things that I could have pulled, but I only have so much time. But one of the fun things I saw rewatching the video back was Kendra totally called Kenzie and Tiffany being best friends. Once we did them, you were like, oh, Tiffany and Kendra.
Aquarius is they're besties.
And they really are. And it seems like they actually are friends after the season. So.
Yeah, and I think they both had like Kenzie has like a Sag rising, and I think Tiff has like a Sag like Mercury or Venus or something. And I was just like, they are just gonna get each other. I see them having a lot of fun together, and also being able to strategize because they're both like fixed signs. Like Kenzie's a Leo, Tiff is an Aquarius.
Sorry, not Sag. Sorry, yeah,
but still,
she's Sag rising. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Kenzie's Sag rising, Tiffany's Sag moon.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, they get each other and they want to have fun too. Like I could just, it was so fun to watch them, like early Yanu, just like bonding, talking a little bit of shit, just like having fun and just like trying to show them like according to their signs. It was just really fun. Yeah, I love that duo.
Especially if you can do that in that hot mess of a tribe.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And also like, you know, I liked how Tiffany was rallying for her at the end in the final tribal council. Like, and I think that that's part of the bond that they created. I think their astrological bond in the beginning of the season really helped her be championing for, you know, her bestie out there.
Well, Aquariuses are going to like stand their friends, and so are Leos. You know, it's like they're such a champion for their people, such a champion for their friends. I also just want to make one note on Tiff. Her decoding that message was the most, for the hidden immunity idol, was one of the most Aquarius things I've ever seen. Like, her Aquarius brain is just like in its like full expression right now. I was freaking out. It was so fun to watch that. Just like watching somebody like really be in their sun sign. It was just so cool.
That's so true. That's such a good point. And Kendra, as our resident Libra, we had a very Libra moment in this season from our Libra, Maria.
Yep, absolutely.
How did you feel in that moment? I was just like, oh my God, Libra be Libraing. Oh.
I literally was like, is this me? Because like I feel like I literally make decisions in my life sometimes by like flipping a coin or by like rock, paper, scissors. Like, I've actually done that because when the pressure is so big, and like I really related to her in that moment. Whether that's the right move, I don't know. But as a Libra, like Libraing and like wanting to make everyone happy, but also wanting to be like logical about it and like be like
and not cause any disruptions, make nobody upset.
Exactly. It's like, oh, we'll just put it to a game. We'll just put it to a game. We'll put it to chance. But like, you picked the wrong people. But it is what it is. But I was like dying for her because I literally understand that moment of like being like, I personally can't make this decision, so I'm going to go to an objective thing to make the decision for me. I was like, this is the most Libra shit I've ever seen.
It was so Libra. I'm just like, just make a decision.
Like, also, it's okay if you hurt someone's feelings, and you're probably going to hurt someone's feelings anyways.
No
it's just
matter
like
what.
The hurt feelings thing. It's like, we just want the best of both worlds. Like, we want to like be in charge and make the decisions, but also we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or like rub anyone the wrong way. It's like, these things don't coexist, and we really need to tap into this like cardinal energies or other parts of our chart to like make these decisions and be okay with ruffling a little feathers. Like, it's part of the game.
Or have an Aquarius or Sag just to tell you what to do.
Yes, exactly. I need my Aquarius and Sages to like be like, do this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so like, it was heartbreaking to watch. It completely backfired. But even when I asked her about it in our interview together, like the way she described it was so Libra. She was like, I truly meant I don't want to hurt anybody. I truly meant like I want to take the people who need to eat. Like, I truly meant I needed to pay Q back. Like, everything she said was real. And then she just put herself in that corner where she could not make a decision.
She had too many scales to weigh out.
Yeah.
Like, to balance out. Too many.
Oh, yeah. That was, we got a great Aquarius moment, great Libra moment. Let's talk about Ben. Third place Ben. We could see some things in his.
The Pisces Venus is so tender. That is like a kumbaya placement.
Got an 8 of Pentacles. The potential to really learn as he goes.
We got a 5 of Swords.
This is going to be hard for him. Okay.
He's going to be fighting for his life out there. Maybe he's going to feel left behind, or maybe he's going to be leaving people behind in this. Inner conflict, outer conflict. I'm not really sure how this is going to show up. 5 of Swords with the, which one? What do you have?
9 of Wands. So all 3 of those cards traditionally is like one person kind of away from the group or away from other people. And so it seems like he may end up being sort of an outcast in some ways.
Definitely going to be a journey for him.
Ben, we're worried about you.
Yeah, badly bruised but not broken is what this card kind of means. So he's gonna feel alone. A little worrisome.
Y'all, I'm about to cry.
Look, like we could have never predicted night terrors, but yeah, he definitely was an outsider with the group.
Yeah, well, also like that inner journey, like I feel like he was going through like a really big internal journey through this thing. It's like, yeah, you go into this game where there's all of these elements that are out of your control, but then when you betray yourself, when your brain is betraying yourself, and like people around you are betraying you, and oh my gosh, it just breaks my heart that we kind of were like, this is going to be like a struggle. This is going to be really hard. You're going to feel isolated, and like that's exactly. That really mirrors his journey, like going through this like very much like internal journey of Survivor, because like he literally just had to battle every day with all that he was going through internally, and like gosh.
Yeah, if we see like the 9 of Swords, then I'd be like night terrors, like for him. But
yeah,
the 5 of Swords is a little bit of that. That's like a little bit of a battle. We didn't know the battle was with himself at this point, an internal battle. But I definitely, those cards were pretty accurate with how Ben's journey has played out.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And also with the 5 of Swords, I feel like he didn't get a lot of talking time at Final Tribal. Like maybe they weren't even like considering him really. And I kind of see that there is like that like left behind. He's just standing there like, I'm still here, but like that wasn't really.
Yeah, he wasn't being recognized even as a contender. I felt that he, I almost didn't remember that he was 3rd place right now. And I'm sorry, like no disrespect, but like I was just like, oh, why are we talking about Ben? Was like kind of how I was like, oh, right, he was third place. And so that's kind of like indicative of his journey and those cards that like he was kind of not being considered to be part of the group. Like he wasn't considered to be, even in contention of winning the final prize in the end, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I loved the soundbite from Kendra about his Pisces. What was it that made him the Kumbaya? Is that his Venus?
His Pisces Venus, so tender. Like
because we had already talked about all it, because he has all this fire, and we were like, oh, he's so rock and roll. Like we already knew that, but for you to be able to be like, but he's Kumbaya. And that's exactly what that tribe was, the Vibe tribe. They were like sitting around the camp being all Kumbaya together.
Either rocking or not rocking, right?
Yeah. And he was in charge of that. And we saw a lot of really vulnerable moments from Ben throughout the season of like, oh, like I'm crying for a dude right now. It's like Pisces Venus, like his friends and his connections, and like just having the vibration be high. It's like, that's like such a high expression of that Venus and Pisces. And like, he's just such a sweet rock and roll soul. And I just love Ben. Yeah.
I love Ben too. I'm so happy that he stuck with it. I mean, I can't imagine going through what he did out there with no resources, no support. So I'm very impressed that he was able to do that.
Yeah, it's really beautiful to see other people helping him too. I think that that's like looking at like Kenzie's chart, like of course she was helping him, she has all that Leo. She's like mama bear, like mama lion. It's like, okay, like if you're my friend, like I'm going to stick like with you and just riding for people. And I know he had a lot of help from Charlie too. Like they really showed up for him. And Charlie has a Libra moon, I believe, which is like all about the friends. And he's a Capricorn. So it's just nice seeing the way that they were supporting each other out there when you have nothing else.
And they have a Sag connection. So Ben's moon is Sagittarius, Charlie's Mercury is Sagittarius, and Kenzie's rising is Sagittarius.
Yeah. It's like just doing the right thing when it's time to do the right thing. It's like that, like truth. I love it. Yeah.
I'm just so biased.
Same. Sagittarius.
Hey, my Venus is in Sagittarius. Okay, guys.
Yeah. See, we've got a through line too.
Yeah. Oh, we do. I love it.
All right. 2nd place. He's going to definitely want to have a partner out there to help him with those decisions. So we'll have to, there is a Libra on his tribe. Maybe that'll do it. We'll see who he pairs up with. That's going to be important. Love it. Okay, can I just stop and say that's a Taylor Swift song?
Oh my God.
I don't know Taylor Swift songs, but that's good.
I mean, I don't either, but I heard that that's a Taylor Swift song.
The Lovers?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's not The Lovers. I think it's just The Lovers. Yeah.
Wow.
So, okay.
Oh, he wants a partner.
Oh, he's gonna get himself a partner, Charlie.
Moon needs to be satisfied.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
This is the Knight of Cups.
Oh, Charlie.
And the High Priestess again.
If he finds somebody to pair up with and just like feels really good and solid in his alliance, like his cup is going to be overflowing, and like that emotional abundance is going to be like pouring out. He's going to be able to, I think, make it further in the game with having these like deeper connections with people, and you know, celebrating his wins, like celebrate like whatever wins that look like. But like, yeah, this is looking great for Charlie.
These are beautiful cards.
And the High Priestess is still a 2, and 2 are things coming together, right?
Yeah.
And so then with your card being a card of maybe potentially family, or feeling like family, or having that loving energy that you have with people that you care about or are in relationship to. And so it seems as though he's going to come across a very significant relationship in his life, whether it's romantic or not. Maybe it's someone that's going to feel like family to him, but it's going to be like a divinely orchestrated, like, you know, coming together. Like, I feel like we might see a really good friendship or really good relationship coming together. Something big's going to go on with him, I feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did want to point out, like, it does not have to be romantic, but it will be a significant partnership. Could even be like maybe an older woman who becomes his mom out there, or just some sort of great duo. Hey,
I just got goosebumps with like that one. I was like, whoa, we were all pretty bang on there. Wow.
Right?
Wow.
We knew Charlie had a good.
Damn. Like, I really don't even remember that. And wow.
It's really cool.
It was in the cards and astrology. I mean, like, we knew he had to find a partner.
Yes.
There was a Libra on his tribe. Turns out she was an older woman who became a motherly figure.
Yeah.
That did happen, but those cards really told us it was going to be a pretty good run for him.
Yeah, calling him Uncle Charlie, like that family aspect that we were talking about, like that really, wow, so crazy. Now I want to like look at Charlie's chart like during final tribal council and see like what was influencing, and like look at everything, because damn, like he just played such a great game, and like having those social bonds that we were talking about with him, it's like he had nobody even threw his name out there. You know what I mean? Like he had such good social standing throughout the entire game. It's just like, cheers to Charlie. Like, so good. Such a great game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know it was a tough ending for him, but like he played such a good game, and he was loved. He was absolutely loved.
He's very loved.
Yeah. You know, people wanted to play with him. People liked him. All right, that takes us to our winner.
My girl.
Some emotional fulfillment.
Is she going on a journey?
Okay, because she's going somewhere big time.
Is that the tower? Girl.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. She's going to have a make or break point in her game.
Absolutely. Yep. And she's either going to have to like leave it behind and go forward, or
it could also be a tribe switch. It could be a swap, you know, like she's moving. The Six of Swords is moving on to something, and a tower, the game has got to completely start over for her.
I think there is definitely with this card and your tower card, there is a like pivotal point in the game where
something happens. She loses her alliance. She loses her tribe. Like something, she has to completely pivot.
Yeah, and definitely.
Maybe her tribe just gets decimated, and like she been standing.
Maybe she's the last one standing.
And she goes on that journey by herself to find a new tribe, a new family, which could be the Ten of Cups. But like her tribe had to just all come crumbling down.
because all of that Scorpio energy that she's going to be with out there it's a lot. So maybe like plans coming down, like these ideas that I had about the game falling down around me. But then we have the 10 of Cups. So it's like there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, there was.
So both her and Charlie both had the 10 of Cups, correct?
Wow.
That's really cool. And they were very close to both winning the game, right?
Like, chills.
Yeah. That's our final two had 10 of Cups. Now, another person had 10 of Cups, but that was Tiffany, which is an interesting pair with Kinsey. She wasn't final two, but
I wonder if she was like, if she had made the decision to use that idol, if it would have, these cards would have actualized for her, you know what I mean? And maybe she would be in the final 3 seat with the other 2 people. I'm just wondering, you know, if like we just saw a different timeline, you know?
Absolutely. And that's like where just like free will comes into all of this, like astrology and tarot. And what I really like about these cards that we pulled for Kenzie is we have the 6 of Swords and we have the Tower. Like, she had to go through so much in the game to get to final tribal. Like, the girl, I mean, Yanu, hot mess. Losing Tiffany at a blind side, like that was like that pivotal moment that we're talking about. I remember her being like having a confessional saying, oh, these people are playing, like now it's time for me to like get back in the game. I was getting complacent. And like that was like that shift for her. It's like, okay, just lost my number 1. And she really was able to take like the burning pieces and like bring it back. And she just crushed final tribal. And I think that like her dreams for her family, that 10 of Cups, was that like light at the end of the tunnel, was that, you know, secret sauce to that final tribal, and sharing that and like letting her cup overfill to the jurors and like really, really nailing that final tribal council. So.
And for me, looking at just the combination of cards that Kenzie had versus what Charlie had, Kenzie did have the winning combination because she had the whole journey aspect. Yeah. She had the full story. She had the full adventure. She had the beginning, the middle, the end with like adversity that she had to overcome. Like, she really was the hero of the story when you look at her cards. And so it makes even more sense as to why she was awarded the win, is because she did have like a hero's journey. So I thought it was pretty cool that the cards were indicative of a journey, and that's what played out as to be the winning combination.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was thinking, because I was so struck by the fact that our first 2 people had a 10 of Cups, because we often talk about the Pentacles, that's a money card, like winning the money, but to get the votes to win, you have to have that adoration. You have to have that love and respect from your jury. And so a 10 of Cups is just the ultimate being loved and adored.
Absolutely.
And it's also like 10s are like 1s, but it's with lessons learned. And so I think it's gathering all that love and, you know, the emotional bonds that you have with all these people to give you that new beginning. I think that's also kind of how the cards culminate into being a winning card.
I love that perspective. Yeah, definitely. Oh.
I'm trying to pull up the chart. I love your idea of like looking at the chart for final tribal.
Yeah.
I need to get that information to find out like what time that was.
Probably
you have it.
let me see.
It was like, let me just pull that up real quick. While you pull that up, I'm going to pull up the chart for the season when the season started, because I was very struck by this season. I mean, we saw people really being out for themselves more than usual. We saw people like needing credit a bit more than we're used to.
Resume.
Yes, the resume. And like, I guess wanting that resume move, that like mic drop moment, maybe that's what allowed all these people to go home with idols in their pocket. I actually need to understand what energetically caused that to happen. If we could maybe figure that out, because
I have one theory.
Do you have do you firstly have like maybe the cards like offhand, off the top of your mind or whatever, of the people that went home with idols in their pocket?
I do have the cards, but you'll have to remind me who went home with idols in their pocket.
So first,
Hunter. Gem, Hunter, Tiff, Q,
and then one more.
Gem, Hunter, Tiff, Q, and Venus.
Kind of random.
Venus.
We forget
Venus, right?
Of course.
Kind of random, but not fully. But
yeah,
right. Okay, I will go to their cards in a second, but here's their chart for the season. And it's a Leo ascendant with Mars conjunct. I mean, if that doesn't say, give me the credit. Yeah.
Mars wants to take action and wants to be in the spotlight.
Spotlight. This is very put me in the spotlight.
Yeah. And then like Pluto opposing it. So like a lot of people's like survival mechanisms, like a lot of people just being a little bit on edge. Like if like Pluto is opposing that like me energies, like anyone that threatens it, it's like, gotta go, you know, Pluto ain't messing around. So
also Pluto being in the 7th, like how many relationships did we see transform?
Absolutely. And it's really interesting to see just glitters of the after show, you know, and everything that's going on with 46 and the online drama. It's like, okay, like, woo, it's hot.
Well, like look at all the stuff in the 10th house too. That's so
oh my god, all the Taurus.
And like yes, like things are putting value in. The North Node is there with the destiny line, and so kind of all that energy in the 10th house is like people are wanting to have recognition for everything that they've done, what they spoke about, what they believe in, what they're doing, their life.
Yeah. And that being a very fixed, the Taurus energy of like, no, my plan, like what I said was the right thing. That's very, I wondered though, because Jupiter was in Taurus in the 10th house, Taurus can be a loyal energy. And so I wondered if loyalty was going to pay out in the end. But I don't know that I can quite see that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think in the 10th house, like it's all about recognition and like having that Jupiter there in a Venusian sign of like indulgence and kind of like me and like my way or the highway. It's like, I want to get it all and I want to get it all for me. It's like, I want to indulge. It's kind of like this like big energy of like, I just like imagine just like just being a little indulgent and like a little power hungry with that placement on like the flip side. It's like, yes, you could be loyal, but also it could be like, is there ever enough? Is there not enough? Like I got to get more. And then the sun's in Gemini, it's squaring Saturn. So I feel like people are shifty off the bat, especially if anyone was having any, like, I'm curious to see how these are placing over individuals' charts. Like these transits are placing over individuals' charts, because if somebody else, especially all the Pisces in this season, like the Saturn was conjunct their sun, like a lot of fog, a lot of just kind of like delusion a little bit.
Maybe that's where the energy of not knowing when to play their idol, not really reading the energy accurately, not really understanding that like they were in trouble, that was the time to use it. They were not seeing the signs that they were not safe. Like which is really interesting, because a lot of them had decent reads up until that point, and they all had witnessed, or for the most part, most of them witnessed the fact that someone did go home in a blind side. And so the fact that they weren't even clued into maybe they could be, you know, blindsided right now, I think that probably is partially why they weren't able to see their demise coming.
And I do want to get like with that Gemini sun square Saturn in Pisces, it's really interesting, because I think people going out with the idols in their hand really gives a testament to the rest of the players' social game. And so how are they using their words? How are they using it for deception? That like Saturn and Pisces, like how like clearly the boundaries were a little shifty. We saw kind of alliances and things shifting as far as like people working together for each vote a little bit. Not a lot, but enough. There's a lot of people who were kind of solo. Like I'm thinking Venus, she didn't have anyone to work with. A lot of people were without their number one. Like once Tevin got out, Hunter was kind of solo. And so it's just such a testament, I think, to the rest of the players' social game to like make them feel like they don't need to play an idol after already seeing 1, 2, 3 people go out with an idol in their pocket. It's like a lot of manipulation there.
Yes. All right. I have the cards for the people who left with idols. I'm not seeing a through line yet. Okay. Jem. She had, let me remove this. Jem had the 10 of Pentacles.
Okay.
Ace of Swords. 4 of Swords.
Okay.
Well, 4 of Swords is not seeing the gift that's kind of... Swords. Sorry, though. That's the
Swords.
rest and restoration.
I mean, she did take a break instead of playing it.
Yep.
Yeah. And also I'm thinking maybe it would have been better to not stir up chaos, with like hiding the idol and like, or like hiding the thing. It's like, you should have just like kind of sank down and like went undercover a little bit but she's so sad that it's like, she's gonna go.
She was not.
Well, also, maybe with the Ace of Swords, that's kind of like my way or the highway at sometimes, and like not really necessarily seeing other perspective. It's like, this is the way it is. It's kind of affirming something. And so it could be that she had a thought, she made a decision, and she wasn't really willing to look elsewhere or bend in the fact that she wasn't going to use it.
Yeah.
And that things were going to go the way that she intended them to.
Exactly. It's like, this is my thought. That's what's going to be executed.
Hunter, he had the Hermit, King of Wands, and Knight of Wands.
All I think is the Hermit is like him hiding in the tree.
I thought it was making the bed.
But we did talk about Hunter with his Pisces moon, and like he's gonna be like building stuff out there. Like I feel like
yes, we did.
Like wanting to like make camp super comfortable, and like the man is like building a full blown house.
Right? He was like, "We're not going to tribal. I'm gonna just build us a beautiful space."
Yeah. So the Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Hermit.
No, King of Wands and Knight of Wands.
Oh, okay. King of Wow.
King of Wands, Knight of Wands. I mean, I guess that Knight of Wands was just making the mistake not to play it.
The fleeting, just that. Yeah, interesting.
Well, because he was contemplating it. Maybe that was the Hermit in there, that like he was considering not playing it, and he was kind of being a bit introspective. And I actually thought that he was going to be like, I don't trust these energies. Like, I'm going to play it. I thought that was going to be his conclusion when I'm watching it. I was shocked with how he ended up interpreting everybody being like,
yeah.
Like, I was like, if anybody ever says to me, you're good, I'm playing my idol. Like, right? Like, don't worry, you're good. You're good. What?
It makes me sick. I have like flashbacks of Katora and Dee being like, you're good. It's Jake. You're good. I'm like, y'all got like, anytime you hear you're good, you're not.
You're not good.
You're not.
Tiffany, she had the 7 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups.
Oh, 5 of Cups. Oh, yeah. 5 of Cups. Isn't that? I'm trying to like picture that
loss. 5 of Cups is a definite loss.
And usually 5s are conflict as well.
Yeah, 5s are conflict. And then
so she was conflicted emotionally. Okay, let me. I'm just gonna stretch this one out. Emotionally conflicted with her, at like frustration with Q allowed her to not be able to see straight. Like she was just like turmoil was going on inside of her about wanting to get Q out so badly that she wasn't able to accurately see through, the deception that was actually going on. And so maybe that inner conflict that she was having with her relationship with Q wasn't allowing her to accurately predict what was going to be going on in that trial.
Yes. I think that's, yeah.
Q had 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups.
He 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, 8 of Cups, like walking away from something. That just reminds me of the tribal council where he's like, put my name.
Yeah.
Like that, like Pisces self-sacrificing energy of just like, oh, I messed up. I'm, like very like victim, like, oh, just take me out of the game. I don't really see necessarily like the lack of idol play, but it's just like that self-sacrificing energy and like maybe
and the 6 of Pentacles, like I think he was always kind of thinking that he was doing everybody favors, and like, he was the one that was like, he was the vote and he was the number, and he was kind of offering up all these things, the card of charity. And so maybe he got distracted because like that's the role that he had been playing for the last 4 tribals or so. Like, is that he was giving, like, giving his vote and giving the distraction that he wasn't able to see that eventually he wasn't in that role anymore, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you did bring up the martyr energy, Kendra, in our preseason video, which we definitely saw him be like, we saw it like twice that he was like, no, I screwed up, I'm out. Vote me out. I can go.
Men love you,
but yeah, I mean, and I like Q's a great example of like, we have to know your rising sign because, besides being a martyr, like the rest of our reads were not great because we thought he was going to be way more martyr than, for me, controlling and like my opinion. Like we don't see that in his chart that we have. Like we have to know his rising sign because
need it.
That's just
46 cast, DM me or text me.
Please.
Come on.
Please. Okay. And then Venus, she was the high priestess, the sun, and 8 of swords.
Swords again. So it could actually very well be that wasn't willing to bend from what her idea was, and she was inflexible with that, and that's basically how she was going in. She wasn't even considering the fact that somebody would be trying to get her out this time around. She decided that she was keeping her idol till the next round and wasn't really considering anything else. So maybe the Ace of Swords can be indicative of not bending with your original thought or plan.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair assessment.
Absolutely. These are interesting cards because we saw High Priestess and Sun and we were like, ooh, this is great. Like,
I mean, and on that other timeline, it could have actualized as a win, I think.
Me too.
Yeah, but I think it still resonates because like the game still very much revolved around her, even though she was not running it or winning it. Yeah. Like they could not stop talking about her. Like it's still very Sun energy. Definitely. But just like not the way you'd want it.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, definitely.
Things revolved around her for a long time. Even though they weren't always positive, but they definitely was a focus.
Well, the sun can burn sometimes. So, we all look at the sun card. We're like, oh, yay. And then it's like,
well, sometimes too much sun. You need some rain. You need some, you need some clouds.
Some shade.
Yeah. The spotlight isn't always like the most important.
Everything doesn't always revolve around you. Well, it does, but it does.
Yes.
Well,
he's Aquarius, right?
Venus is an Aquarius. Yeah. Turned out when we did we didn't have her birth information at that video, but we found out she's an Aquarius Capricorn moon, Chantele.
Capricorn moon. We love those goals.
Aquarius. But she has a Scorpio Mars.
Sure does.
I have an Aquarius Mars there.
I think we could see that Scorpio Mars for sure.
Oh, 100%.
He was so like wanting to get revenge on everything.
I love it.
So
She just wasn't having it, and I love it. She's like, oh no, they like great confessionalist too. Like I really loved Venus this season. It's one of my faves.
Absolutely. Tevin also had a Scorpio Mars.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, like that's not gonna mix.
Oh.
And lastly, do you have Randon's card? Just want to see if there's an indication of him being medevaced.
The Fool, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords.
10 of Swords.
Yeah. I think the 10 of Swords and the Fool together,
Yep.
you know, the journey just didn't start back over here on the show. It started elsewhere.
Yeah, and it's kind of like portrayal of his body too. If you look at it literally at the cards, you know what I mean? Like he's laying down with swords in his back. Like, yeah. It was his back that was hurting, right? Wasn't it? Or was his shoulder? Oh, his shoulder.
Like his shoulders, and like he's like having a hard time with his hands.
Right, the mobility.
Oh, it just makes me so sad because I would have loved like a Libra Aquarius Randon Venus duo.
I was waiting for it. I was like
so stoked.
It would have been beautiful.
It would have been beautiful, but
that would have been a different game for sure. Well, you ladies, I had fun. All right.
It's great when you look back and you see like a lot of these like really good, accurate predictions. It's quite fun. Yeah. I know that some of them were probably way off, but there's probably a way that we could have looked at it and be like, okay, I can see how these cards played out. So I like really enjoy doing these because we get better and better every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Exactly. We learn each time.
I already can't wait for 47.
I know. We have 47 in the fall. Wait, did you say 3 people?
Well, we kind of know John Levitt, right?
Yep.
Asia. And then there's another RJP patron, Andy, who I've met a few times. So
and also the alternate girl from my season.
Oh, okay. So you kind of know.
We all wanted to work with her. Oh. We all wanted to work with her. She's a boss. Like,
fun.
I was like, literally, I was like, she has to be in the game. And I was so sad because I wanted to work with her so bad. And can't wait to see her.
That's interesting. She didn't go to 46 and they saved her for 47. Interesting.
47. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we will definitely be back for 47. Can't wait. That'll be in the fall.
I think today is final tribal, or yesterday or today.
Oh, I'm gonna mark it on my calendar.
It's either yesterday or today. I'll double check. I can double check.
Pulling up the chart.
Seriously. Well, we had a new moon yesterday. Like this is interesting energy right now.
And oh my gosh, it's such an interesting time to play, especially Gemini playing a game that's all about communication, all about this with all of these planets in Gemini. The Jupiter in Gemini, the new moon in Gemini. Oh my God. I'm like so excited. I'm like, I need these people's charts now.
The winner will have to be a good talker. They will have to sell their story.
Have to. Oh,
that's so interesting to know.
They really should just bring us 3 on set.
Literally.
For post-game interview, astrology interview. Like really, come on.
That would be like the coolest addition. Like I think it would be excellent.
It's 2024. Like
get it.
Let's do it. Come on.
I tried. I planted seeds with Jeff. We'll see. We'll get there.
I mean, it's a good start that
I'm manifesting that for you.
Energy with like having even the title of the episode being Scorpio energy.
We're getting there.
Scorpio season. What was it? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, Scorpio energy.
Like even on my finale, Jeff was like, maybe it's in the stars. We'll ask Kendra. I was like when he said that, I literally was like,
yes.
And I was like,
you're like, ask me.
Stop filling up my champagne. I'm drunk right now.
Yeah. You're like, I don't usually do readings after a bunch of champagne, but
7 glasses of champagne. I was wasted during that.
But you were like, yes, in the stars, Jeff.
I was like, yes. Oh my God. It's so bad. It's so hilarious. Well, it wasn't bad, but it's so funny.
I love it. All right. tell me how people can get your services, Kendra.
Okay, sweet people. I am on Instagram _ Kendra Ruthless, and there you can find the link to my website. Happy to be here. The readings are popping off right now. We're doing birth chart readings, Saturn return readings. I did one with Kenzie winner from season 46.
Nice.
And then I'm doing some just with all this Gemini energy. I'm doing Jupiter and Gemini readings. It's so fun. Year ahead tarot readings. We pull a card for each month, look at your chart, talk about transits, talking about how you can use this energy. That's how you can find me. Thank you so much. And on Twitter, if you want to read my random, I'm just a mess on there. So I cannot be held responsible for anything that happens on Twitter.
Oh, well, I put your happy to be here link down in the description. So follow Kendra and
thanks, girl.
Click on there for her services. And Chantele, where do you want people to go for you?
So I have lots of places to go, but I think right now, because I'm revamping everything that I'm doing, so at ShanFranFran on Instagram, I will definitely see it, and then we can figure out what we want to do together. I do a lot of different things, whether it's hypnosis or if we want to go and do things in astrology and tarot, we can do combination stuff, whatever you want to, we kind of can figure out something for you. So at ShanFranFran would be the easiest way to talk about things that are a little bit more spiritual. And then if you want to just hang out with me and talk about the challenge or other things, reality TV, my YouTube channel, Reality Realness with 3 S's.
Yay. All right. That's linked in the title, and Chantele's IG is linked below in the description. I've got a couple specials going on right now. It's Gemini season. So if you are a Gemini, you can book a year ahead astrology session with me. I forgot how much is off now. I think it's like $15 off or something like that. The code is Gemini. It's linked down. I also have a 5-card special going on if you want to do a tarot layout with me. That information is below as well. Yay! Woo! Ladies, we're killing it, right? Okay.
I was just about to say the same thing. I'm like, look at us. We're killing it. I love it so much.
Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us live. If you're joining later, please leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about how it all played out, predictions, when we got it right, when we didn't get it right, all that fun stuff. Let us know. All right. We'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.